What's up, guys? Back in the shop. Did a little project for a customer today, which is putting all the sensors in a drag slash. I couldn't really do a how-to because it was the first time I put them in, but before I button it all up, I wanted to show you guys the parts I used and how it works, because everything seems to be working. So I figured some guys would be interested and a little curious as to what it requires. So I'm going to flip you around. So first off, I will show you the parts that I needed aside from the truck. Here's all the part numbers. So you guys can check that out. So I'll go over it real quick. So right off, you do need the Traxxas Link app on your phone. And you're going to need the Bluetooth module in the back of your controller if you don't already have that. And then this customer here is using an IC3 plug. So one of those part numbers is for the power tap, which is this piece here. Unfortunately, he is not using a Traxxas plug, so I couldn't just tap it right in, which is basically right here. It's keeping you from having to do soldering. But lucky for me, I know how to solder, so I just had to connect the voltage sensor to the positive on the car plug, and that runs in and taps off the voltage and temp sensor. Don't mind that, I'm just charging some batteries. So the temp sensor plugs into the top port. It's the gray plug. Antenna in my way here. And then the RPM one, which is here, plugs into RPM. They're pretty conveniently labeled from Traxxas. The RPM one goes up in this slot here with that required holder, which is one of those part numbers. Slides right in, 2 screws hold it on, and then the spur gear has the 3 bolts with the plate. I'll edit in a little section of that so you guys can see what it looks like here. Here's what that looks like. The little magnet sits in the top of the gear, and then this plate comes with it. You just bolt the plate. See if I can get it to focus. Just get the plate to bolt onto the gears, so when this comes around, the magnet spins. And then the sensor has a nice little slot that it slides into with 2 screws to hold it on. Oops. So pretty easy. Slides in there and then just ran it up through the shock tower hole. So not too bad. And then I just ran the wires up through the shock tower hole and into the receiver. This will obviously all get cleaned up and run through the proper holes. But once it's all hooked up and running, we'll fire up the controller. The module should come on once you've connected it. There may be an update or two. Prop the phone up here. So that's signifying the radio's connected. Then we'll turn the truck on. And I just have the a 2-cell hooked up here today. Receiver's green. This should be green too, it's just not in LiPo mode. I gotta switch it back. And then in the app, go to dashboard. Everything should come up. We're getting the voltage, 8.3. Current motor temp, 57. It's a little chilly in here. And then if you give it a little throttle, it comes on. I have no wheels on the car, so it's gonna sound a little fast. So everything's working pretty good. Top speed is saved. Battery voltage up and down. Motor temp will go up, but there is no load on it, so it's just monitoring the current temperature. But yeah, that's how everything works. That's the with all the sensors hooked up. All the part numbers you need were there in the beginning, so check it out. I'll try to list what I can down below. Fairly easy install. Wire management's going to be the biggest thing, just running the cables the right way. The hardest part was probably setting up this gear here, which was really just I think 5 screws, so really not bad. But I'll show you. You guys can check that out. But anyway, I figured I would share with you guys because I'm sure some people are looking to do this. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.